Welcome. I'm Gail Gross, and as an independent consultant with Close to My Heart, I'm very happy to share with you several special promotions that are going on during the month of July. One of them is the brushed paper pack, and the other is the Let's Stay Home promotion that highlights ways to keep track of your memories during the COVID-19 pandemic. Information about my website is in the description below, and my email is also there. So if you've got questions, don't hesitate to drop me a line, and I'll be happy to answer any of those questions for you. Hit the like button if you want me to make more videos like this, and subscribe if you want to get notices about my videos right into your email box. So right now, let's pop over to this brushed paper pack and see what is going on with that this month. So 5 years ago, brushed was an active paper pack for us, but one thing we did not have at that time were these 12 by 12 sticker sheets. It's really nice the way the patterns coordinate with what's already on the papers, but you can use them either in card making or in your scrapbook layouts, including some titles that could be used for that if you wish. The papers themselves have been updated with the new colors. There are 6 total sheets of paper, 3 different sheets that you get 2 of each, but the sheets themselves are double-sided. So here you can see that one side of the paper is this green apple dotted pattern. The other side of the paper is the canary yellow floral design. You can flip it over and you see that they're both there on the other side. So you've got 6 different patterns to work with, but you've got 2 sheets of each of them, and that's really nice. This one focuses on the larger print pattern, but also has the smaller pixie diamond shaped pattern on the opposite side. And this last sheet has the lagoon and green apple leaf pattern here, but the back side of it is this beautiful bokeh sheet that 5 years ago we just fell in love with and actually learned to create bokeh designs of our own. There's also a coordinating cardstock packet that goes with this, and it includes the canary yellow, lagoon, which is a deep blue, the pixie, smoothie, green apple, and it also has the candy apple. When you combine these 3 with green apple, candy apple, and smoothie, I feel like I should be getting ready for a summer beverage. There's also 2 stamp sets that coordinate with this. This, you can see, is a well-used set because 5 years ago we did quite a bit of work with this. It's got this large floral pattern with an outline shape and then the stamp that creates the inside coloring of it. The same is true of a smaller floral and the leaves. Then the other set has the butterflies and multiple sentiments on it that can be used on a card front, in your scrapbooking, just any way at all that you want to make use of those. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some options of what's available to do and how to purchase this material that is all in the brushed paper pack. So here are the cardstock pieces in the back, the paper pieces in the front, along with the sticker sheet, and the 2 stamp sets. You can bundle all of this together and you can save 20% by doing that. Or you can purchase each element separately, the cardstock, the paper pack with or without the sticker sheet, and each of the 2 stamp sets. There's a link in the description below to my website where you will go directly to the page that promotes this special and you can see what it's all about. Now, last week, Close to My Heart hosted a free online crafting time making use of the brushed papers. They created a workshop that gave everybody 3 2-page scrapbook layouts, a single-page scrapbook layout, and 8 cards. Instructions are included with this, and there's no charge to you. You can just use the papers and create what you want to do. Let me show you what some of those projects look like. This is the single page layout. It's using that beautiful bokeh paper as a background. And then this is the first of the 2-page layouts. And then another of the 2-page layout with these diamond cuts. Included with the instructions are all of the diagrams for cutting your papers and then instructions for assembling the projects. And here's the last scrapbook layout, a 2-page one using the lagoon papers in the background and strips of the pattern papers, and some where stamping has been done. You can see these polka dots. That's actually the center of the flower right there that's being used to create the polka dots on here. Then there are actually a total of 8 cards that were designed with this workshop, but I'm just showing you a sampling here of 4 of them. Even if you get the paper and you don't have the stamp set, I'm sure that you could find things within your craft bin that could work to create cards using the samples that they've got. What I want to do right now is show you the sample artwork from other consultants. This is a card using that beautiful green apple polka dotted paper and the glacier or lagoon with the green apple leaves on it as their background elements. Here is the new Flamingo stamp set from the current catalog using the brushed large floral pattern and that same lagoon and green apple leaf pattern in the background. The joyful sunflowers are so fun, and they work great with that green apple piece, and adding the pop of pink in the background is perfect. This is a card that actually in my classes about 3 years ago we created. I had some extra paper left over, and it was perfect for spring and Easter. Finally, this is a card that fellow consultant Carrie Simon made, and I loved the way she put this together. Her card is a square. I created one that's a standard A2 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card, and I changed up some of the colors a bit. Let's take a look at that. Here it is. What I did was I used a green pattern paper down here instead of the pink that Carrie used. I did use the vellum and embossed it with white embossing powder. The center of the flowers I used our retiring white pearls and a stitched circle for the sentiment and just tucked it back behind this other paper. The black outlines on this floral pattern really called for this dark black border around it just to give it that accent, which I really, really liked. I thought it was a lot of fun. And this is a card that we're actually doing in the stamp kit classes for the month of July. So I've got that information, and that's the stamp of the month. And it coordinates quite nicely with the large floral pattern here. Again, take a look at the details on my website so that you know the pricing of all of this. And if you want the instructions for that workshop and a link to the Facebook where the video is still available for you to watch and participate, just drop me an email about that. I'm now going to continue with the next special, which is called Let's Stay Home. What you see here are 2 SVG cuts that were used with heat transfer vinyl and put on top of our different sizes of albums. The one on the right, the black one, is a 6x8 album, and the gray one is an 8.5 by 11 album. Excuse me. What you can do is purchase these 2 files. They're SVG, so you can use them in a variety of ways. You can use them in any die cutting machine that allows you to upload an SVG. You can also add them into artwork in a variety of ways. And in another video that I'm going to be doing soon about another special, I'll show you about that. Then there's also several stamp sets. This is a double stamp set, And it is focusing on thanking those essential workers who are out there every day hanging in there for us, and just a way to send them a note of gratitude. Then there's this one that's called Let's Stay Home. And it's a great way to document what's going on in your life during this time. And then in addition, we've got 3 other sets, which I happen to have on hand here. This is the one that was originally only available in a bundle with some other papers during the National Paper Crafting Month. However, they've now released it so you can purchase just the stamp set. I love the toilet paper rolls on this, and I wanted to share with you a card that a friend of mine made and sent to me. Isn't that cute? I'd totally share my TP with you, and luckily I didn't have to get to that point, but it sure was fun. And here's the badge. I survived the TP crisis of 2020. So that one is called Through Thick and Thin. Okay. Then there's on repeat. The great phrase on this is daily routine on repeat. We're kind of doing the same thing day after day. And here in Arizona, we're back in a little bit more lockdown state again. So we are definitely not having a lot of variety to our lives. The cat and the dog both have masks on. Now, while my son does not have COVID-19, his cat sneezed on him one day. And so I sent him a card made with this because I thought that the cat could use a mask. And finally, we always talk about exploring the great outdoors. Here's a stamp set that says Explore the Great Indoors. And it's got all about home and a little icon for home and social distancing. So all of these stamp sets are available again on my website, and I will also have a link to that in the description down below so that you can see what is available and what the pricing on those items is. And I just really think that it's a fun way for you to tell your story of what's been going on during this last few months. It's really important to share that for future generations and even for yourself to look back, and one of these days maybe we'll get more smiles out of the memories that have been happening. So take a look and see what you're interested in, and click away onto my website. Thanks for joining me.